with Demers Fire Department. I'm a firefighter EMT. I've been there for 4 years. Prior to that, I was an explorer for a year. Prior to that, I was an explorer at Cornelia Fire Department. I'm a 3rd generation firefighter, 1st generation EMT. Before we get started with this class on fire hose, we're going to talk about a little bit of classroom instruction. The exit is right there, and then there's another exit right here. If you need to smoke, we'll take about a 5 to 10 minute break throughout the class for you guys to go out and smoke. If you do, please go outside, around the building, out to the front of the building, to the side to where smoking is allowed. If you have any drinks are allowed, just don't spill them on the carpet. If you do, please let us know so we can make any corrective action that needs to be done. And without further ado, let's get into the class today on fire hose. So first I want to take this class to learn better and just to teach y'all more about fire hose. So learning objective 1 is explain basic fire hose characteristics. Each type of fire hose transports water for a scene operations. There are supply lines and there are attack lines. Supplies from hydrant and carries water to supply apparatus, where attacks carry water or other agents at increased pressure from your apparatus to your fire. To be reliable, fire hose must be constructed, used, and maintained appropriately. The common constructions are flexible, watertight, smooth rubber, neoprene lining, and they're covered by durable jackets. Common configurations is their single jacket, some are double jacket, their rubber single jacket, hard rubber, or plastic non-collapsible. Hose size measurements in diameter refer to internal diameter. And as you can see on here, it shows you that the internal diameter is different from the diameter of the whole thing, of the hose connection. The hose size measurements in length refer to a manufactured section of hose. There's supply line, there's soft sleeve line hose, there's hard suction hose. Fire hose couplings are used to make connections to fire hose and equipment. Designed to confirm continuous hose line, connect hoses to nozzles and hydrants. And they're good to connect pumpers to the FDCs. Their national standards are NFPA 1963. Can share between departments. You can connect fire hoses between different departments in a scene in case you have a multi-departmental fire complex that is huge and you need more hose. And then they're made of durable, rust-proof materials and various alloys. Some fire hose are cast iron, or couplings are categorized by the way they are manufactured. Some are cast iron, some are extruded, and some are forged, drop forged. Threaded couplings have male and female parts. There's rocker plugs on the male shanks, as it points out, and then there's female swivel, no lungs on the female shank. And right here I have a 50-foot section of 1 3/4 inches. That is an example to show around the class that I have the whole female section out here with the coupling. You see that this swivels, shanks, rocker lungs, and then as we go in there, it'll show a picture of the gasket that's in here. And y'all can see that as I pass it along to the class. Connecting couplings hand tight to avoid damage to couplings and gaskets. There's that word, gaskets. Don't mess up a gasket. And if you use a tool to do it, there's a good possibility that it's going to break. Couplings have other parts, including different cut sizes and gaskets. There's the cut, the indicator, and it's just showing you an increased picture of what you're looking at, which can be also seen in the female end right here. Lugs and handles help to tighten and loosen hose connections. There's the rocker lug, the recessed lug, the pin lug. There's the non-threaded couplings are connected with locks or cams. There's these quarter turn couplings and the Storz couplings. Most of your 5-inch couplings, most of your 5-inch hose have Storz couplings, especially around where I'm from. What are the 3 basic fire hose characteristics a firefighter must understand? Learning objective 2. Describe different causes of and prevention methods for hose damage. Mechanical damage can occur in several ways to a fire hose. Slices, rips, crushed, abrasions, and cracked. There are many ways to prevent mechanical damage. Avoid contact with rough and sharp objects. Protect hose with roller or folded salvage cover. Clear broken glass from window seals. Prevent vehicles from damaging and running over your hose. Use hose ramps or bridges. They can be used to prevent cars from running over your hose. There are many ways to prevent mechanical damage. Open, close slowly to avoid causing a water hemorrhage, which could mess your truck up and your fire scene and make your big boss really aggravated with you. Use chafing blocks, avoid excessive pressure, deploy away from debris, change of position of faults, clean hose before reloading. Thermal damage can result from exposure to excessive temperatures. It can be caused by heat, cold, direct flame contact. Can char, melt, weaken, dehydrate linings. There are many ways to prevent thermal damage to fire hose. The heat and the cold. Organic damage to fire hose can weaken the jacket and lead to ruptures. Mildew and mold are very costly. Firefighters should know the methods to prevent organic damage. There are several types of mechanical damage that may occur to the fire hose. Petroleum products, paints, acid, alkalines, battery acid, runoff water. Leftover water can form a sulfuric acid, which can be deadly to hose. Preventing chemical damage requires following specific cleaning practices. Avoid chemical exposure. Scrub with wash contaminated hose lines. Test periodically. Dispose of according to local SOPs. Corrosion at the top of damage that weakens or destroys metal hose parts. Brass couplings and aluminum couplings. Age deterioration is caused by leaving a hose in an apparatus for a long time. Prevention can be removing and replacing hose loads periodically. Reload hose loosely with new folds. Remove tower once dry. How are thermal damage and corrosion in a hose similar or different? Learning objective 3. Identify basic inspection, care, and maintenance methods for a fire hose. Inspecting a fire hose requires following a schedule and reporting process if deficiencies are found. The method of washing a hose will depend on the type of hose. As you can see, there's different washing machines. You got your drying a hose, also requires some methods for the different types of hoses there are that can be used. Storing hose is usually done on racks that may be mounted or stand free. Caution: never store solvents, petroleum products, or other chemicals close to fire hose and couplings. That'll be a bad damage there. There are several methods to prevent damage to stored hose stored in racks. Store in clean, well-ventilated rooms. Avoid exposure to sunlight. Pack loosely. Protect couplings. Roll hose with metal inside. Prevent dirt from collecting in sexless couplings. Fire hose couplings can be damaged even though designed to be durable. And then it shows the male and the female, and as you can tell on this, I've already pointed out more than once, you have the female, and the male is inside being protected with the threads. When caring for fire hose couplings, you should follow these guidelines. General: avoid dropping, dragging, do not drive over, inspect when washing, twist, swivel in soapy water, clean threads, inspect, replace gaskets, and then if coupling swivel difficult to spin, you need to wash the machine insufficient, submerge in warm soapy water, clean male threads with brush, lubricate, replace damaged gaskets. What are the steps taken to perform basic inspection and maintenance for a fire hose? Okay, and thank you for enjoying this class. I hope that you've really enjoyed and learned something. I forgot to mention earlier that my name and number is on the board right over there. Please, if you will, everybody sign in on this roster that I will hand out to make sure you got credit for the class. But please do your evaluation of the class. And then there is a question test for the fire hose class, if you will. You guys will sign this out. And my summary on this is we went over some of the inspections, the different types of fire hose that can be used, different methods for cleaning, some of the different components of a hose. And thank you for being in class today.